and growth. Joe Trippi, he served as Howard Dean's campaign manager and is a Fox News contributor. Matt Schlapp is chairman of the American Conservative Union and former White House political director under President George W. Bush. Thank you both for joining us.
Great to be with you, Heather.
So politics and money, not what is in the pockets of the campaigns as they run for president. This is what's in Americans' pockets, and the majority of those are not feeling any change in the economy whatsoever at all. The worst recovery in 70 years, in fact. So, Joe, who takes advantage of that as we head towards this election cycle?
Well, I mean, certainly the Republicans are going to try to make as much out of that as they can, and they tried that in 2012 as well. It didn't work. I think there are a lot of other factors that are going to matter a lot. Obviously, the economy always does, but security and other issues, I think, are going to play bigger factors than normal in the next election as you look at what the candidates are talking about today.
So, Matt, we were talking about the economy in this particular segment, though. So, who do you think is in a position to best take advantage of the economy right now?
Well, I think any candidate who jumps on the fact that the American people feel like the Obama economic plan has really been a failure for them. Higher taxes, ridiculous amounts of regulation, poverty rates are skyrocketing, 1 in 5 dollars spent on health care and a health care system that people think was made worse by Obamacare. So it's the candidate into the fact that big government is overtaking the economy, and incompetent centralized government is a big problem. And I think that's why you see people like Trump spiking. It's these outside voices that say, guess what? Washington is broken and Obama has failed. And
the best economic growth rate for President Obama, was 2.5%. That's the best that he's done. That was back in 2010. How does Hillary Clinton separate herself from that and move forward? Joe?
Well, look, I think there's going to be a lot of debate about the Bush economic policies that put the country into the mess that we were in, whether Obama's policies worked well or not to get us out. But if you ask the American people, did they prefer the Clinton economy, the Bush economy, or the Obama economy, a lot of people are going to think fondly about what happened before George Bush became president, and Hillary Clinton can tap into that feeling. So, look, this is a very complicated thing. Yes, the economy is going to matter, but she can be a blend of her own economic policies. Obviously, she's going to have to carry some of Obama's into the November election as well. But the Republicans have got to put their policies out there front and center for the American people, too. And with income inequality and other things that Hillary Clinton will be, or the Democratic nominee will be talking about, we're still going to have a fight on the economy. But I don't think this is the slam dunk that the Republicans think it might be. Again, that's what happened in 2012.
Yeah,
so, and it didn't work.
Matt, that is true. They did try it in 2012. So how do they overcome it and make it work this time around?
Well, you know, hold on to things, but I actually agree with Joe on something, which is I actually think the 2016 presidential election is going to be about security. Part of that is economic security, and the fact that Americans wonder, does the American economy dominate the globe anymore, or are we just going to have this kind of middling outcomes in our economy with this kind of rather stagnant growth? But real questions about security. What is Hillary Clinton doing? She's running the Barack Obama playbook. It's all about growing her support on the base of her party and the left. And that's why she came out with a big climate change proposal. She is embracing everything on the left. And I think that leaves her incredibly vulnerable in two ways. People think George W. Bush actually did help secure our country and protect our country. And people think that these leftward, big government policies of Barack Obama have really caused these economic problems.
I mean, it's clear that people are not happy. And so on the final question, I toss this out to both of you. Donald Trump significantly in the lead, poll after poll takes even more of a lead. Is it because Americans are angry primarily about the economic status, that they don't have money in their pockets, they don't have jobs right now? Joe?
No, this is where I agree with Matt. It's an anti-Washington eruption that's happening out there, and Trump's tapped into that. It's really an anger of frustration that the folks in Washington aren't listening to them while they're not getting increases in pay and other things. And so I think that's what's going on.
Joe, do you think it's so much anger as it is they're concerned? They have anxiety. Look, we have the lowest participation rate in our labor force. We have salaries that and incomes that haven't risen. People are really concerned. I don't think they're mad and angry. I just think they have great angst.
Yeah,
I think a lot of the
5.3% unemployment rate in June of 2015. I have to wrap it up there. Thank you both for joining us, though. Ran out of time, but we appreciate your insight.